Hi everyone. So a few of you have been asking to take a look at my new monk build. So that's what we're going to do right here. Also going to give a few tips along the way for how to play Path of Exile 2, especially when you get to endgame, some high level mapping. So the first thing that you want to make sure that you do is don't waste your currency on your waystones. There's no point. Um, it's much better given that you have only one chance, you have only one portal. If you die, you lose the map, and therefore any investment you put into the map, it's much safer and much better overall to run it without any investment, by which I mean you just want to run it as a white regular map. As you see here, Waystone, Tier 3. Don't put any of this blue or yellow currency on to the item. Very important. We're ready. We hit Traverse. And we're going to go into the Deserted. Let's see what's going on here. All right. So the gameplay is pretty smooth. I'm using a quarterstaff with a little freezing strike. Take out some skeletons there. And the most important thing is you want to try and locate the boss. There will often be one. There isn't always, but there often will be a hidden boss somewhere in the map. And if you take him or her down, it's going to be worth your time, typically. One thing to keep in mind, though, just as it's very dangerous and risky to invest any currency into your Waystone itself, it can be very risky to try and fight the boss, because again, if you die, you're done. So what I like to do, and what I recommend, is to run through the map on your own without engaging the boss, and then come back to it at the very end. Right? This may involve some backtracking, but again, it's worth it because honestly, 3 out of 5 times at least, you're probably going to die to the boss. It's still worth trying if you've cleared everything else in the map, every single skeleton and little bat creature. If you've taken them down, then you can feel pretty safe going after the boss. Again, if you die, nothing bad happens at that point because you've already completed the map in all other respects. You got all your items, so it's worth it. Okay, now my mana flask is out, so what you're going to have to do frequently, this is why they give you 6 portals, you want to make sure that you leave the map, and this is one of the most engaging mechanics that they've added in the sequel, actually. You see down here that my mana flask is empty. My life flask is fine, but to refill that, I can actually go here to this magic well. And you click on it, and watch what happens down here to my blue mana flask. It comes back, right? So that's really quite something. Now I can just go right back into the map. It took, what, half a second? And now I'm good to go and fight these bugs and chickens and skeletons once more. Now the monk I'm playing is it's quite a fun build. It is a melee build, so you have to get close to the bad guys. So you do sometimes die. It's not as safe as some of the builds that can just stand back and off-screen everything. But this is a more ethical version of a build that you can run in the sequel. You do get some safety from the... Oh, okay, here's a rare boss. So I'm going to click my bell. See the bell comes down. You hit the bell. It sends out sonic waves that does damage to the bad guy. And we took care of him pretty easily, which was nice. All right. Okay, and there's a precursor tablet. They're not worth much, but you might as well pick it up. Okay, I clicked my little button on the side. That gives me special elemental damage. I'll pick up my rares here. Whoop. And we'll keep going. So we still have not come across the secret boss, and we don't know for sure if there is one in this level. It's worth checking every single corner. Backtrack if you have to, because you definitely don't want to miss any bosses that may be in the map. Now, for example, we came back here. Let's give it a second to spawn. Okay, he's not there, but he could have been. Let's see, come over here. And here's another creature. He's yellow, which means he's rare. Sends out a lightning guy. We'll just dodge through that. Send down the bell again. Oh, all right. And as you can see, the clear is it's pretty good on this build. That does come after some investment, both time and currency, of course. But as you can see, you can get the monk to be a pretty strong character. Okay, and we've completed the map, supposedly. That is not real, at least not necessarily. You've completed all of the unhidden objectives. So some people have been making the mistake of just porting right out of the map, starting a new one. But remember, these white maps aren't cheap. You're not going to get a lot of them. They're hard to sustain. So we're going to go through the entirety of the rest of the map, with the main objective being finding, if there is one, the secret hidden boss. And there might not be one in here, but usually there is. Again, you want to make sure, give every corner a second or two to make sure that he or she can spawn in if they exist. Otherwise, you kill the rest of these white non-rare mobs. There might be some magic monsters hidden in the map as well. You can sometimes get something from them. If they were the only things left in the map, it wouldn't be worth running through. But we're just going for that chance of running into the boss. So don't forget, that's what we care about the most. All right. Okay, and I'm out of mana once again. In PoE 1, that would have been a huge problem. Luckily now. Take a portal back to our hub. And remember, click on the well. Refills your flasks. So that was, you know, I actually didn't know about that for the first few hours of mapping. But when I figured that out, it was honestly a game changer. Let's see here. So I hope there's a boss in this one. There almost certainly will be. We've explored most of the map. Sometimes it's worth going back to the areas you have already explored because it's easy to make the mistake of running through little nooks and out-of-the-way areas too quickly such that the boss doesn't have time to spawn. And that's just something you have to get used to. It's worth it to exercise some patience. We got a desert rune. See how those guys popped out? It could have been a boss, but it wasn't in that case, but very easily could have been. I'll take out the chickens, and yeah, we better run down here. All right. Ooh, an advanced silk rope. That's, you won't always get that, but sometimes you get lucky, you get some nice drops. Okay, so it looks like the last area, the boss has got to be up here somewhere. So let's go get that, and that'll be the payoff. All right. I'll freeze those skeletons there. Okay. The rusted chest. That's good. So I'm guessing he's right here. Should spawn. Nope. Okay, maybe down this way. Oh, we did miss this little area, so he's got to be down here. And if not, we got extremely unlucky. But hopefully... Oh. All right. Okay, so, well, so just imagine, right, that the boss spawned here. You would kind of go like this, hit some spells, some attacks, take them out, and then they would drop some pretty interesting things, most likely. We got very unlucky in this map, explored every single corner. There was no boss, but the instructions remain the same. You want to make sure that you check every single corner of every single map. Otherwise, you're going to be kicking yourself that you missed some pretty valuable drops. So that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and I will catch you next time.